Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Hello Mr. Lady. Let me introduce myself. My name is Shafiyyah and I'm Sysadmin majoring from IDL Polytechnic. I'm here to explain why we have to become a code engineer and what is the difference between virtual machine and Docker. And what are you waiting for? Let's learn together. Cloud technology has been used in everyday life. Data can be stored and backed up in the cloud so that it can be known by many people. Becoming a code engineer must be hard work and smart work, looking for the right tool, but still thinking about efficient work strategies. First of all, what is a code engineer? Code engineer is a profession that manages, design, plans all things related to code service implemented in a company, and is responsible for assessing business infrastructure and moving or migrating various tools or functions into the cloud. So what is the cloud computing? Does it have anything to do with code engineer? Yes, of course, because the work of a code engineer is related to code computing, and code computing is the development of a more efficient and faster server administration system. Well, some of tasks of a code engineer include the first is implementation. Implementation outward, out, Implementation or what is commonly called the application or implementation of something related to code operate application so that they can be used by user according to the tools and functions, which are related to several services and packages. Second is design and planning. This is needed mean making architectural design and strategic planning when sending data to the cloud. And then is security. Its job is to filter who can access our cloud, and it is handled by identity and access management. So the security section regulates who can enter the cloud and who has the right to do that. And the last one is troubleshooting. This is needed when something unwanted or not according to our plan happen to return to the original plan. A small example is when we are writing the syntax often errors, then what a code engineer has to do is analyze troubleshooting. So what can a code engineer manage? First, network. This network plays a role in using private or public in moving data to the cloud from the interconnection of each server. Examples of network support applications are Cisco, Necrotic, AWS Academy, Red Hat Academy, and another. 2. Compute. As the data is processed by each service. Compute or computing is an umbrella term commonly used to refer to the processing power, memories, network, storage, and other resources required for successful program computing. An example are Linux and AWS Academy. And the last is storage. Storage is used to clarify the data we use. A must-have skill for a code engineer, for example, database, MySQL, Hadoop, Linux operating system, virtualization, programming language such as MySQL, Java, Python, PHP, network, web service, XML, IP address, and another. Code engineer usage system. The less we use storage, the less we pay. Like this, the more you use the cloud, the more you have to pay more, because the cloud depends on someone using the storage itself. So finally, I want to talk about the difference between virtual machine and Docker. The most common difference are the virtual machine runs a virtual server environment on a computer on top of a computer using a hardware virtualization level and shared Ethernet hardware. Example virtual machine is KVM, VMware, VBox. Well, hmm, advanced advantages of virtual machine. First, exclusive hardware resource. So you won't be disturbed of other apps suddenly need high resource. Two, have better management tools and security tools. Three, generally has a slightly higher level of security when compared to containers. So Docker is an open operating system for unifying various files or another dependencies in a container to simplify the software development process. An advantage of virtual machines are scalable and flexible, reducing the resource and need in IT management and the time it takes to package and install app in containers. It's faster when compared to virtual machine. So, as not to be too confused, let me first explain the meaning. What is meant by virtual machine or virtual machine is a, yeah, program like a compute and Docker is the software process. Hmm, I want to talk about the difference between virtual machine and Docker. The most common difference are the virtual machine runs a virtual server environment on a computer on top of a computer using a hardware virtualization level and shares it in hardware, while Docker runs application on top of the operating system kernel by using operating system virtualization and sharing it with the operating system kernel. Well, the analogy is that virtual machines require a hypervisor, which is a layer where the OS is placed and how the OS can manage or hardware or user, depending on the provider use. And virtual machine can use different OS simply virtual machine an no, simply virtual machine an emulator computer or physical computer that has provider IP, operating system, hard disk, RAM, and another outside the virtual machine. Virtual machine is technology usually used in the environment called server to accommodate various levels of need. For example, running software that requires a different operating system than hardware, or to test new application on a system to make it more secure. Also, if it's a virtual machine, for example, you want to install a package like a web server, you have to install a package on another operating system or open another GUIS OS. So if you use a container, you can install it depending on the package you want it to install. If you ask Docker whether it's a virtual machine or not, it's not it, guys. Docker is easier to boot, the architecture is different, and the the benefits are also different. Okay guys, that's enough materials for me. Sorry if there are still many mistakes. I'm also still learning a range of things related to my major and the job prospect of a code engineer. And thank you guys. Bye bye.